Welcome to Break Into Tech Show with Professor Temi Akinwumi of My IT University, a multi-award winning tech CEO, career coach, and mentor. With decades of hands-on tech career, will ensure your career dreams come true. Join our extraordinary show today on groundbreaking topic for a successful career. Do you want a $100,000 job as a cybersecurity professional, Scrum Master, Business Analyst Software QA, Cloud Architect, Data Analyst, Technical Recruiter, and more? Visit www.myituniversity.com to schedule a call. Come and get inspired to secure a lucrative job, keep the job, and grow on the job. Relax, receive, and see results. We're glad you're here. Share, like, and comment.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. Thank you for joining. I can see a lot of my lovely people joining me right now. Olusheyi, good morning. Can you all hear me very well? Thank you. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate your time. And also, I have here with me Kystrom Academy. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I was having some technical difficulty, but now everything is A-OK. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. And also, we have F1. F1, is that Eunice? Welcome. Thank you so much. Can you please share with all our lovely people to make sure that they can see us, hear us, and join us today? And I hope you guys that joined last week, I hope you enjoyed the show. And I hope that you also enjoy the gift that you got. Today is going to be powerful. Thank you. Welcome. Today is going to be powerful because we are going to be looking at third-party risk management. And also, in addition to that, hi, Juliet, welcome. In addition to that, we are going to be looking at our program. Yes, excellent. I'm glad you enjoy the gift. So let's have our pen and notepad ready because we are going to learn a lot today. We are looking at third party. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. And for people that are just joining us, thank you for joining. This is your Break Into Tech show. If you look on our platforms, you will notice that we have more than 420 videos on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Just follow us at My IT University. At My IT University, you'll find us on all different platforms. But if you want to see all our resources on one location, go on YouTube. And when you get on YouTube, just search for Professor Temi. Professor Temi, you'll find 400 plus videos screaming at your face. And they're all about interview preps, resume optimization, LinkedIn optimization, search for jobs. They are all more of job readiness support. And also interviews with our engineers that have broken into tech here over the years. I interviewed them, current interview, past interviews. So on this platform, we've had more than 1,000 plus people break into cybersecurity and other areas of tech. But cybersecurity GRC is one of the easiest way to break into tech. When I say easiest way, I mean flexible, easy, work from home, not as stressful as the other ones, and also able to keep the job. Because these days, it's not just enough for you to get a job, but keeping the job is okay and is the best. So we help you to get the job, keep the job, and grow on the job. So those are our major area of focus. Get the job, keep the job, and grow on the job. What's the usefulness of a job that you got and you can't keep? And then you can grow on it. So that's why we have a very good environment set up for our courses, our programs, and also a community that helps you to grow, to be the best version of yourself. You always want to be a better version of your current self. So that is our approach, and that's what we do every single day. Okay, so you are welcome. Don't forget, we have classes starting, so you are free to join any of our classes. We actually have a class that it's going on right now. It's a Saturday class, okay, and you can join that. You can still apply the 20% off coupon on any of the cybersecurity classes. Don't forget, we also have a class starting in June. Just reach out to me and I will guide you, and you can save 20% off, and you can pay monthly. Because of this big sale that is going on, we have flexible payment plan and also 20% off. So for example, a class that will cost like maybe 2 classes that will cost maybe $3,000 or whatever, you get $800 off of that. So there's a lot of big sales going on, big discount. One class might cost you $1,000, things like that. So it's really not that expensive, and you can break it down into maybe 4 payments or 3 payments. So the sales that we have now, we've never had that before, and it won't be for long. So you need to reach out now and hold on to so that you can claim your coupon for that class, for those classes now. You can apply it. You can use it anytime you want. Maybe you want to use it maybe for June, but you need to claim it now, because if it's gone, it's gone. We're doing our tech anniversary. That's why everything's on sale. So reach out now so you can use your coupon. Okay. And we also have an affiliation program. If you invite somebody, you get paid for that. So you go on our website or ask me about the affiliation program. You can text me on my phone number, okay? And I'll give you the link for that so you can register for that, okay? And I'm still gonna come back to discuss that another episode, but reach out. So you can make money by sending people here too. Yes, that would be excellent. So don't forget to apply that. So today we're going to be going straight into our program. Are we ready? Okay, we're going to be going straight to our program today. Thank you so much. So many of you are aware that at my university, we have a mentoring and internship program. So many people are asking me about that program. What is that? And I'm sure some of you are aware of the program already. So for people that are not aware of the program, I'm just going to explain what the program entails to us quickly. And then we're going to get started with it's going to be a 2-week series on third party. So stay tight. We're going to go deep dive into third party. And this is also going to introduce us to 8 weeks of third-party mentorship and internship that we are starting at Mighty University. Okay, we're starting that in this coming week. Okay, so let's get started. So our program, I hope you can see the font very well. Thank you, Abdul. Welcome. Our program helps you to break into tech. You transform your life with our proven program. Many lives have been transformed. We are proving success. We have thousands of people, making hundreds of, billions of dollars. So 100 transitions, 6-figure roles every year. Every year we have hundreds, and it has been thousands into tech. And many of them right now are experts. They are leaders in tech right now. I've been in tech for 30 years. A lot of people have mentored into tech. For the past 18 years, I've been mentoring people. A lot of them have been in tech for that long. So they've been in tech for a decade and some. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we are grateful for that opportunity. They become tech leaders. And I'm still mentoring them till date. They are still with me. People like Dr. Doran, people like Dr. Izon, a lot of them are still here. Miss Toots, a lot of them. Queen Sephra, we have special name for our people. They are mentors here with me, and they are in tech, both ladies and gentlemen. So when you come here, don't be afraid, because this is not an environment or a community where you just do 8 weeks of class, you are thrown out. No. Once you finish your class, you are with me. You are with us for life. You enjoy the community. We're always doing every Saturday we meet for 2 hours. Who does that? And we do fun projects. We do fun projects like in PCI DSS, in third-party risk management, with the ISO 27001, with our risk management framework NIST. So many projects that we will do, that we're doing constantly. We do live interview preps. You'll be hearing that as we go. So why do you want to consider cybersecurity? If you are brand new to cybersecurity, why am I so excited about cybersecurity? Why do you think after all these 30 plus years of in tech, and it's just cybersecurity, I'm super excited about it? Having done coding, scripting, databases, cybersecurity support, different. Why is it that is GRC cybersecurity I'm super excited about? You know that there's something there, because it's very lucrative. There are 3.5 million plus on field job. It doesn't matter what the economy says. There are so many jobs in cybersecurity. It's not funny. And they can't fill those jobs. If they throw everybody out, they will keep the cybersecurity engineers, because they need to secure the infrastructure. They need to secure their facility. They need to. It's like, let's use an analogy. Okay? When you have a mansion and you let everybody in the mansion, like people that your staffs, the chefs, the people that clean the floor, if you let them all go, you will keep the gate man, you will keep people that are security, because they need to secure the facility, they need to secure the building. You can't let them go, they have to be there. So the same thing, if the let Scrum Master go, if the let software engineer go, at least they will still secure the facilities, they will still secure the infrastructure. So in most cases, the cybersecurity engineer, the GRC engineers are safe for a while, for a long, long time. So don't be scared, like, oh, maybe I will not have a job, maybe I will lose my job. No, I've never seen a situation where any of our engineers don't have a job. There's so many jobs out there. Okay? And you let so many frameworks that you'll be able to use it. And the worst thing is that if you don't train yourself now, and you are waiting and saying, well, I don't know what's going to happen to the economy, you are even likely not to be able to get a job later, because you don't have the skills. So it's better to have a skill now and be ready with that skill than not to have any skill at all and be doing menial jobs like $10 an hour job, $15 an hour. It's a job that anybody can do. But if you have good skills, then you can command better pay and you can command respect for better jobs. So that is why when you have your skills ready, it's a skill to go. You use it anywhere. That's it. So better be equipped with the skill. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. So there's over 10.5 trillion, cybercrime cost. So the people need to protect their infrastructure. Okay, and 100% job security, like I mentioned. These are research. I don't make up these numbers. These are from research. Okay, so they pay higher salary, and growth opportunity is, you cannot compare that. You can't phantom the kind of growth you can have when you break into mid-level role in cybersecurity. You're not going to even be starting from scratch. No, I'm going to help you break into mid-level role. Okay, and with Mighty University, we are global tech career program, hands-on, like I mentioned, hands-on and instructor-led. live support and flexible learning. Very, very important. The classes are live. It's not one of those classes that you go and then it's just you watching the video. No, it's live. It's real world scenario. You have expert mentorship, career preparation, and interview training, okay, that we're going to be having. So stay tight. We're going to be, starting our interview prep. I just want to mention to you what our program entails so that you will know. We have stakeholder program with Toyota, but as some of you probably here been on some of the program, Bank of America, Pfizer. Under the Toyota program, it was a third-party risk management program. Toyota was one of the stakeholders. Okay, we have Bank of America, one of our programs for the PCI DSS. The Pfizer one was one of the programs we have with ISO 27001. We have Walmart, we have Visa, we have Starbucks. These are different projects that we have done here, and we have more. I can fill this place with the projects we are doing. So it's not enough for you to go for a training program where you don't even have any hands-on experience or real-life stakeholders supporting your endeavors. So we have stakeholder use cases project that we do here. For each of these are for like 8 weeks, different projects. So that's why in the community, you learn a lot and you can apply it to real life. Okay? And also, we look into Security Plus. We really learn it deeply. Okay? And practicals, GRC Foundation, framework training, SIM tools, and all of that are included. Like I already mentioned, all these areas. Okay, so there are a lot of testimonial. You can also check it out on our website. People that are broken and got good jobs. Okay, so they're highly lucrative. Okay, so let's get started. With that third-party risk management interview prep. And what you will notice here is that I'm going to be breaking it down, and I'm going to be using a STAR method to explain it. Okay. Are we ready? The first question. So when you go for interviews, you want to be able to understand what is third-party risk management and why is it important. So I'm going to use a case study to explain this to you. Okay? The company I'm going to be using today is called Bright Pharmacy Incorporated. And the reason why I'm using Bright Pharmacy Incorporated is because I want you to know that there's no industry that don't need a cybersecurity analyst. It doesn't matter if it's a pharmacy, it doesn't matter if it's a hospital, it doesn't matter if it's a bank, financial institutions, it doesn't matter if it's an institution like a university, right? It doesn't matter. You need a cybersecurity analyst. And when we talk about third-party risk management, who is a third-party risk manager and what do they do? So you see, there are some companies that deal with vendors, that deals with contractors, affiliates, suppliers, right? Partners. These people, they need to sign contracts with their partners. And they can't just sign contract with any kind of partners, right? So the partners need to be verified. They need to vet them. They need to check their security posture. They need to do due diligence before they can sign contract with them. So they will now send some questionnaires to these partners to be able to see how secure they are, their environment, they have all their paperwork set, security-wise, ready to work with them. Let me ask you some questions. For example, let's pick a pharmacy tech, a pharmacy. Who are the third-party vendor or third-party suppliers or third-party partner for a pharmaceutical company? Talk to me. I want you to put yourself in this, in this. Who are likely third party or partner for a pharmacy? Talk to me. I'm waiting. For a pharmacy, you will have people like, that this with maybe provide maybe their payroll for their staffs, right? Supply the medicine, so support the computers, right? Even clean the building and stuff. So there can be a lot of third party. When I talk about Toyota, who are Toyota third party? Toyota third party can be tires like Goodyear tire, Michelin tires, the glass, the steel producers, the customers, the suppliers that supply different, material for production, or that support services. Their support services, they need to sign contract. All these are their third party. So before they can bring them on board, there are process involved. So that's what we call third party risk management. Okay. Can you guys hear me? I want to make this interactive. Are we with me? If you are with me, give me a yes. Give me a yes. Make sure that you are still here with me and you are ready. So let's discuss. While waiting at Bright Pharmacy Inc., we rely. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, very good. Thank you. So, okay, thank you. So we rely on multiple third-party software vendor to manage sensitive patient data. Because when you are dealing with a pharmacy, you are dealing with patient data, which has to do with HIPAA compliance, and you need to make sure the data is secured. So that is it. You are dealing with software vendor to manage sensitive data. So this has to do with their software vendors, the third-party software vendor. So what's the task involved? So when I say the STAR method, for people that are new, STAR method means situation. In this situation, because they will ask you the scenario question in interview. In this situation, what are you going to do? Then that's the task, what you are going to do, the actions, you break it down, and then the results, always. So think about it, put yourself in that shoe. So I was responsible for evaluating vendor risks during a platform migration, meaning that they are trying to migrate their data, the data and the software from the current legacy system into a new environment. So you might be responsible for evaluating vendor risk during the platform migration that they're trying to do. Action: I conducted assessment using NIST iTrust-based controls. So when you have NIST control or iTrust control, so you use all this control to guide you into assessing, the platform. Now I always tell you, when you are doing assessment or doing any of this framework, you are assessing pretty much the people, the process, and their technology. And when you are implementing control, those are the same thing. So when you implement the control, we assess the control to make sure that the control is effective over a period of time, will remain effective. So the results. The process revealed a cloud vendor with weak encryption protocol. Okay, so and prompt renegotiation of data security terms. Because they were assessing these controls, they noticed a weak encryption protocol. So can you explain to me, under encryption, what types of encryptions do we have? And what are that I've trained some of you in class? Give me an example of an encryption algorithms or protocol that is the best. Talk to me. Who's ready for that? Encryption is under cryptography. Under cryptography, we have encryption and hashing. And under encryption, we have symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Under symmetric encryption, we have different ones and we have different asymmetric. Have you ever heard of the AES 256? That's one of the most powerful great encryption algorithm you can use. Note that. So here they notice a weak encryption and they renegotiating those controls. They were trying to make sure they use strong encryption, because if they don't, there will be confidentiality issue. Data will get exposed to unauthorized individual or systems, or system acting on their behalf. Are we following me? These are examples you can use when you're going for a third-party interview. And even if they don't ask you, these are examples you can use to tell them you have done things like this. Are we following me? You're getting free classes now. Question 2. How do you assess the cybersecurity risk of a third-party vendor? And all these questions are coming from my book series. You know, my book series on our website, they are coming from that. So you can get the book series, the 5-book series. This is on the second book series that talk about the third party, and all the frameworks are on book 2. Frameworks book, navigating the framework. Okay. So how do you assess the cybersecurity risk of a third party vendor? Okay, so we are looking at how to assess. So now the STAR method. Okay, and if you want to ask any question, please feel free to ask them. So situation. At Bright Pharmacy Inc., I led risk assessment for all new third-party vendor handling the PHI. So that's the health record, the health information. So that's the protected health information. Okay, so he led the gentleman, the gentle lady here, the wonderful lady here, led the risk assessment for all third-party vendor handling PHI. Okay, so what is the task? I needed to evaluate a new claim processing vendor. So they have a vendor, okay, that is new. They want to evaluate this new vendor. So what did they do to evaluate new vendor? Action. I use a security questionnaire, which we do here at MIT University. Under our program, we have questionnaires that we use as for our projects, and review their SOC 2 type 2 report. So here also we do SOC 2 type 2 report. You need to know how to read it. We teach you how to do that in the mentorship. And validate endpoint protection. So this is all what we do here in our mentoring for 8 weeks on third party. We are starting a new one in this new upcoming week. We are starting. So you can join. If you need to have hands-on experience on third party, you need to join us, because we are going to be going full-fledged into this. We have done like 8 projects on third party. We are going to another 4 sets. You need to let me know if you are interested. Okay? And I will put you on it so you can join us. So now, so they have the questionnaire ready. Questionnaire is pretty much paperwork that you ask questions from the vendor to see. They will answer yes, no, so that you'll be able to use that to assess them. And review and you ask for their SOC 2 report too. Okay, SOC 2 type 2 has to do with what? It has to do with data. 5 service criteria areas. We look at confidentiality, integrity, availability, and security and privacy. All of them together. So that is going to cover the SOC 2 type 2. Okay, and then result. Based on the findings, we delayed onboarding for that vendor until the vendor improved their endpoint detection control, because that is a finding that they have problem with their the endpoint detection control is weak. These are all what we do in the internship, guys, life. So, are you guys following me? Question 3. These are examples, guys, that you need to really write down because you're going to use them in your interviews. Question 3. Describe a time you help mitigate a third-party risk. You can't just say you did something and don't even know what example to give them. You don't even know what to tell them. And it's not enough to tell them, but to do it in class so that when you do it in the mentorship, in the internship, you will not forget. You need to be hands-on. That's why you can't get a job here, because you are not hands-on. You didn't do it. You just knew about it, and it's not enough. So let's look at this scenario now. A compounding lab partner for Bright Pharmacy had outdated authentication mechanism. Authentication, you have to authenticate to log into the system. Username, password, you authenticate. IAAA, identity, authentication, authorization, and auditing. You'll be able to audit. So your identity is your username. Your authentication with your password, you're able to authenticate. Then authorization, you are authorized to, based on your privilege. You're authorized to do that certain thing on the system. And then accounting, we're able to monitor your activities. So task, I needed to document and drive mitigation action. That's what you want to do. Everything has to be documented, and you need to find, how do you mitigate this situation? So, A, action, I work with our compliance and procurement team to require multi-factor authentication and data encryption. Okay, so multi-factor authentication is multiple factor. For example, username and password is not enough. Now you decide to add, maybe they send it, you set them in such a way that they will have to send you a code to your Google Authenticator app, or they send it to your phone or email. They might add that, right? It might be one-time password, passcode, whatever mechanism they set up to make sure that it's not only username and password only. They can also have multiple factor authentication or biometrics, okay, different ways, and also make sure that their data is also encrypted. And the result, the vendor implemented the control within 45 days, significantly lowering our risk exposure. Because if we didn't lower the risk exposure, now we are likely going to be at risk, because there's a likelihood, and if it happens, that means it's going to have an impact on us. We don't know if the impact is going to be low, moderate, or high yet, but it's may have a significant impact when we're talking about data encryption and authentication. Outdated authentication mechanism is a big problem. Okay, that anybody can log into the system anyhow, number one. Number two, they can have access to any data anyhow because of encryption problem. That's double jeopardy, guys. Are we following me? Are you guys following me? Are we here? I'm really elaborating on this. Okay, I'm really elaborating. It's like you're having a free lecture right now. And people that will be joining us later, let me know what you think and what you experience with this. When you work in an organization, have you experienced this before? And also let me know, is this helpful or useful for you as you prep for interviews? And one thing I will always tell people is that there's a lot of third-party jobs out there, a lot. Because we need a third party, it doesn't matter what your industry, we need third-party manager, third-party risk analyst. Okay. Number 4, What's the difference between inherent risk and residual risk? And I will ask that straightforward. Can you all tell me that? Efon, Juliet, Abdul, Olusheyi, what's the difference between the two? I want to see your question and the answer to this question. Thank you. You say very helpful. Very good. Very good. So, what's the difference between inherent risk and residual risk? At Bright Pharmacy, this is the scenario now, we categorize all vendor risk as part of our third-party process. All. Task. I created a vendor risk register for our GRC platform. Here at Mighty University, you will create a risk register. You'll be able to know what the risk is, what is the risk attached to, who is the risk owner, the point of contact, what to do to mitigate that risk. You will have all of that. The risk is going to be connected to an asset. You will do all of that hands-on because we have our own GRC cloud that we use here. You're going to use it. For the past 6 to 7 weeks, we've been learning the new people or people that are already here. We are working on our GRC tool. We use Eramba. Is a production environment that we pay thousands of dollars for every year to be on. And we've been doing a lot with it. A lot with Eramba. It's really good. Okay? So we're able to play with that, do a lot with it, do a lot of, a lot. We divided the mentorship group into 4. So there's a group for risk management. There's a group of policy management. There's another group team for compliance management. There's a team for security control management. So we have 4 teams. And these 4 teams, each week, they have things to do to work on these projects that they have done, and they put it on this Eramba. So working on Eramba, we've been working on Eramba after they finish 8 weeks of PCI DSS, for example. That was our previous project we just finished. 8 weeks of PCI DSS. Then we have another, because it's our internship. So these are our community event that we always do. These are fun things we do every 2 hours, every Saturday. So we come together on Saturday, and then we have another like 6 to 7 weeks now of just doing GRC Cloud, GRC hands-on. So we've been doing that. We're running up on that because we finished all the modules on risk management, policy management, internal control with security control management, and compliance management. So we've done that. Now we're going to third-party project. We're going to be doing the third-party project for 6 to 8 weeks. Many people here have done third-party project maybe 3 times now. So they are so good with it, or 2 times. Because I don't throw my student away. You are always with me. Even when you are working, you still come. You can come. That's fine. Once you are with me, you are with me. Okay? That's it. So every Saturday, I mentor between 60 to 100 students, unfailingly. So you can join us so that you can enjoy this benefit. So now, thank you. Abdul said, inherent risk, you accept it. Let me see what you're saying. And then residual risk are the remaining low impact risk. Okay, I will put it like this, Abdul. I'll put it like this. Let me put it like this. Inherent risk are raw risk. Risk before you apply any control at all. Before you apply any control at all, before you did anything, when you say something is as risk, raw risk, this is the risk. For example, let's even use things around us. Okay, let me use something similar to tech. When you are hired to work on a project and you are not trained, you don't know nothing about that project, and they just throw you there and say, try your best. The raw risk is that you are not trained. They did not apply the 80 control. You are not trained. Awareness and training is 80. You are not trained, so you are raw. Anything can happen because we are just betting on whatever. So that's raw. That's raw risk that can happen. But after you have been trained, that means we apply a control, which is awareness and training. There will be some issues, but at least you are trained already. Just a simple example of what, when we say something, so a risk that is raw, you didn't apply any control on it. That's raw. But after you apply a control, there's leftover risk. That is residual risk, is a leftover risk. Does that make sense? So we categorize all vendor risk as part of a third-party process. So tags, I created a vendor risk register for our GRC platform, which our own is a Ramba. Action, inherent risk was calculated based on vendor access to PII or PHI, personally identifiable information, and also the health record, health information, while residual risk factor in controls like endpoint protection and backup. So they were able to calculate the raw risk and also risk after they have applied controls. Okay, and results. This helped the executive team prioritize which vendor require quarterly review or annual review. So you're able to say, okay, this particular one, they have access to this very, very sensitive data. This one, their data they have access to is not that sensitive. So how do we assess them? These people, we have to do annual review, and this one is quarterly review. That means we have to do it like every quarter, and these other people is just annual, because they are able to assess the risk and see, how to monitor them and continue assessment and continue review. Okay. I have more than 20 questions here for you guys. I hope you guys are following me. So, question 5. How would you conduct a vendor security assessment? Situation and scenario. As Bright Pharmacy, I was assigned to assess our prescription delivery service vendor. Like I mentioned to you, prescription, people that are delivering the prescription. So task, they recently expanded their IT system and handle more customer data, right? So action, I initiated a full third-party risk management review using the ISO 27001 based checklist. We've done this ISO 27001 also at MIT University. And a lot of our students in Canada, in Australia, in UK, in Canada, in Germany, use this to get jobs. If you watch on YouTube, you will see a lot of these interviews. I interviewed them. One of them was Bola, one of them was Chris, and one of them was Alexandra. You can check it out on YouTube. You will see these interviews that I did, talked about how they got jobs in Australia, in UK, and in Germany, in Canada. So they were able to use the ISO 27001 based checklist. They reviewed their SOC 2 report and confirmed data disaster recovery capability. The results, I flagged weakness in physical data center access, right? So, and which lead to a joint site visit and improve control. So they have to visit their site, they have to check the data center because they noticed there was a failed control. They noticed there's a gap. So they need to find a way to mitigate that. They need to find a way to fix those controls because that was a finding. Okay. So it's 12:04 my time. It's already past the time. So we just have to continue next week. I still have more than 15 questions. So we're going to probably do this like 2 more time or 1 more time. So be on time next week so that when we finish, you're going to get access to this big information. I know the people that are present here today. So you are marked already, Abdul. So if you are coming here and you notice, even though you did it afterwards, just put make sure the way I will know that you came is when you put your name in the comment section. So if you are watching me later, if Oluseyi came, Oluseyi just put your name, say Oluseyi Adelegan, Abdul Ture. You put it in the comment section if you are watching me on YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever, so that by the time I'm sending this out, I will also send to you. Okay? So make sure Juliet, Efon, Kerstom Academy, I note you all down so you can get access to your free gift. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you all so much. And I wish you all a wonderful rest of your evening. Okay? So we're going to meet again next week. We're going to continue where we stopped because we still have a lot of scenarios. Was this useful today? Is this useful? Is it helpful, guys? Is it helpful? Okay, thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you all next week. Okay, love you all.